Hi again everyone, Scott Pirate Pop Cool Fan here, and in this video, what I want to do is, in anticipation for the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I kind of want to go back in time a little bit. Back to 10 years ago, when Pokemon X and Y came out. It was well praised by critics and fans alike, and it was a decent game. It had a decent story. There were a lot of mature themes within the story of X and Y, and those games were pretty well received. It's just they also were not complete. Generation 6 was not complete, and I think what they could have done for the DLC for Scarlet and Violet was have like if you think about it, like Pokemon X and Y, like the Kalos region, right? There's this whole part of that map in that game that was not explored. You know, there was that part of the region they could go to. I think it was like the south part of the region, because in the real world, the Kalos region is based on France, right? And Paldea, it's based on Spain. And both of those regions in the real world are, they're really close to each other. Like France is north, Spain south. So what they could have done for the DLC for Scarlet and Violet was have like a new area that you go to be like the southern part of Kalos or Kalos, and that would have been rather interesting, because X and Y never got a third exclusive version that included Zygarde as its main legendary. They never did that, did they? They just went just straight to remakes for Ruby and Sapphire with Oras, Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and it's just, Generation 6 was never complete because of that. And I feel like, they did do something with Zygarde in Generation 7, in the Alola region, and that was cool, but it's just a shame that Pokemon X and Y didn't get a third exclusive version that had a more definitive story. That would have been good, wouldn't it have? And I feel like what they could have done for the DLC for Scarlet and Violet was to have the Paldea connect to Kalos. That would have been cool. Similar to what the Johto games did, with Kanto being connected to Johto, and you could traverse between the two regions. I feel like they could have done that. I don't know. I know that the new area that you're going to in the DLC for Scarlet and Violet is a region based on Japan once again. So unfortunately, it's not Kalos that we're going to in the DLC. And also, I'm not sure in regards to like the second part of the DLC where you the Indigo Disc. It looks like we're going into an underwater academy or something, and it's not an island or anything. So. It's unfortunate. Kalos has not had a definitive story, and that's too bad, because I really enjoy X and Y. They're some of my more favorite Pokemon games, actually, and it would have been nice if the DLC for Scarlet and Violet connected to the Kalos region, and that's just a bit of a shame, I think Kalos deserves more closure, and I think overall Pokemon X and Y, they were the first 3D Pokemon games in the main series. In regards to the handhelds, it was the first 3D Pokemon game, and it was pretty cool because the developers that made Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, some of them did work on Pokemon X and Y. And I feel like, they've been slowly getting back to that same kind of style as Colosseum and XD throughout the gameplay and some of the things that they do in the story. They've slowly but surely gone back to that style from Colosseum and XD Guild of Darkness, which I am happy for because I love those games, and I want those games to be ported to the Switch as well at some point. And I just want more Pokemon to be more conclusive, especially X and Y. And that's really mainly all of my thoughts in regards to the missed potential that X and Y, just didn't have. And it's also something that I feel like they could still do. They could still do a third HD remastered version of X and Y. That's another thing that they could do, or a remakes to X and Y, and it just have it be like a third exclusive one version similar to Legends Arceus. They could do that too. Pokemon Legends Zygarde. Granted, I don't think that's what they should do next. I think that in regards to what happens next after the DLC for Scarlet and Violet would, at least to me, should be Univers region Black and White reimagining, whether it's Legends Kyurem or Black and White remakes. I feel like that's what they should do next. And then keep it open world, as I've said in previous videos. But yeah, those are all my thoughts about this whole thing. I just feel like Pokemon X and Y just they need closure. They really do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And this Wednesday is the season finale of The Mandalorian. I will definitely do my full season review of the show once it's done airing. And that should do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.